So we're going to talk about the black pill in this video, and I'm going to tell you the moment where I nearly became black pilled and I nearly gave up. Now before I do that, I want to acknowledge something because I think it needs to be said. There is absolutely some truth in the black pill. Your looks are probably the most important thing in this current dating climate. And I think as time progresses and more dating goes online and takes place on social media, your looks are going to matter more and more and more. And I also agree that most guys do have a genetic potential. And once they reach that genetic potential, it's massively harder to really become any more attractive than that. And whilst building your body and building your status and everything makes a huge difference, your genetic potential will largely dictate a lot of it. However, I am still so glad that I stayed consistent and I focused on self-improvement rather than just giving in and thinking that I was at my genetic potential and it was going to be harder than ever. So I'm going to share a story. And I share these stories because I feel that they are the value that I can bring to YouTube. These are things that will be relatable to you and things that I'm hoping will make you laugh a little bit as I share this story. So we're going to take it back, and we're going to take it back about 10 years to when I'm 22 years old. Now I used to go to nightclubs a lot, all the time. And like every single guy that used to go to nightclubs, I used to go because I hoped I was going to meet an attractive woman. Now at the time, it was never really to live out my fuckboy lifestyle and my fuckboy aspirations. It was just I wanted the company of women. Probably down to loneliness to a certain extent, but also I think just for that validation and for that ego rub. However, it never really used to happen. Now I did get some female attention. I'd be lying if I said that I got absolutely none, but it was never the way that I wanted it to be. And I remember every single time I used to go out, I'd have a fresh outfit on, fresh pair of shoes, new top, new pair of jeans, something new. I'd style my hair perfectly and I'd go out and I'd be feeling super fresh and super confident. And I'd hope that that would be noticed by women. And I used to have these fantasies that I'd be able to walk into a nightclub. I'd walk past the most beautiful woman that I'd ever seen. We'd hold eye contact and I'd go over and open her and it'd be beautiful. Or I used to hope that my style, my looks would be so pristine that I'd have too many women coming up to me that I'd have the choice and I'd have to send some away. Well, as I'm sure you can imagine, that never happened. Now, like I say, I got some female attention, but not on that level. However, there was a moment where I really began to feel that it got on top of me. And there was a moment where my insecurities were really hitting me and I wanted to give it up. I wanted just to say, fuck it. I'm never going to be attracted to women. Let's park it. Let's leave it here. That's not the way it's going to be. That's not what's meant for me. Do any of you remember that song? That song by, I think it was Fat Man Scoop. And it has the chorus in it where he goes, who fucking or not, who fucking or not, who fucking or not, who fucking or not. Well, I was in a club and I remember that song coming on and I remember looking to my right and I remember looking to my left and I remember looking at the guys that I was with and I remember just looking at the situation, assessing where I was, assessing that there was no women there, assessing that there were no girls looking at me. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm not fucking. I'm definitely not fucking. So I left the nightclub. And I think I left a little bit early because I'd had that disappointment sinking in and I didn't want to bring other people down on the night out too. And I got home and I remember lying in bed and I remember thinking, this is not the way it's meant to be. You're not attractive, Alex. You're never going to be attractive, Alex. Women don't find you attractive. Women won't ever find you attractive. And I remember feeling really fucking disheartened. Now, 10 years ago, I wasn't aware of the black pill. I don't even actually know if it was around, but I certainly wasn't aware of it. And I think had I been aware of it, had I seen it, had I watched some of the content that was floating out online, I'd have given up. I'd have said, I'm not attractive to women. This is my genetic potential and it's not going to get any better, so what's the point in trying anymore? I'd have thrown the towel in and I'd have said, do you know what? It's easier to do that. It's easier to give in. Now, before I go on to the next part, I also want to say that I know some black pillars do spend a lot of time in self-improvement and do spend a lot of time looksmaxxing. So I'm not talking to those guys because you guys keep doing what you're doing because it's fucking brilliant that you're doing that. But I also know when I read comments on black pill YouTube videos or I see some of the things that float around on Reddit and on some of those forums, there are men that tell other men to give up. There are men that tell other men that they are ugly and they should just throw the towel in. There are men that will openly say, women won't go for you, you're an ugly guy. And I'm so fucking glad that at the age of 20, 21, 22, whenever this story takes place, I didn't see those things. Because if I had seen those things, I would have given up. I would have said I'm ugly, and I'd have accepted that, and I wouldn't have tried to challenge, or I wouldn't have tried to change that reality. So let's progress and let's talk a little bit about what happened after that. Well, as I said in a previous video, I remember being that young, insecure kid, and I remember looking at guys that were 5, 6, 7 years older than me that just got it. Like, they were attractive guys, good style, good body, good confidence, good charisma, all the things that floated within that. And I remember thinking to myself that that's what I want to be. I'm not going to stop until I become that. And I even remember seeing celebrities on TV as well and thinking, no, that's what I want to be. That's what I want to look like. And I saw Austin Dunham actually say this in a video recently, and I thought it was a really, really good point when he was talking about phenotype attraction. And he was talking about how, as a man, you should find guys that are similar to you in terms of phenotype, and you should try and emulate what they did, and you should try and emulate what they do. And that was what I was doing when I decided that I wasn't going to give up and accept that I was ugly. I was looking at inspiration from other guys. I was looking at guys that had similar characteristics to me and thinking that that's what I should try and embody, that's what I should try and do. And I kept going. I kept consistently trying to level up. And I didn't stop until I leveled up and hit the level that I wanted to get to. Now, some of you guys are probably now going to say that I'm unattractive and that I'm ugly. Some of you guys are probably going to point at my forehead because that's my obvious facial flaw, right? And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm aware of those things. I'm aware of those limitations. Some of you guys as well may point to the fact that you think my hairline's receding. Now, I don't agree with that because this is the same hairline I've had since I was 17. But again, these are things that you're going to notice on me. And this is why I link it back to the black pill. Because if I had had guys highlight those things to me, even if we're talking about guys that I'd never met online, I would have given up. I would have said women don't want to date me because of my hairline. I would have said women don't want to date me because of my forehead. But I didn't. Instead, I kept trying, I kept leveling up, I kept going to the gym, I kept looking at other aspects that could make me attractive: confidence, charisma, game, personality, everything that sat within that. And I had plenty of knockbacks along the way, make no fucking mistake about it. But I had plenty of success. And as I now hit the age of 33, I am really proud of the man that I've become. And I know that sounds fucking egotistical. I know that sounds like a not so humble brag, but I really am. I've overcome insecurities in a way I didn't think that I would be able to overcome insecurities. I've overcome challenges relating to my dating life that were really difficult and things that would have made me want to give up. But I never gave up and I kept going. And now at the age of 33, I am reaping the rewards, trust me. I am seen differently, I am perceived differently, and I talk to people differently. Now, some of that may be because of the inner game then affecting the outer game, and if that's the case, then so be it. It just proves the point, right? It just proves I've had success and it proves that I've done well. But what I want to say to you guys watching, because I know that a lot of guys that watch my videos are 22, 23, 24 years old, do not give up. If people tell you you are ugly, that is not reality. If people tell you just to throw it in that women will never go for you, that is not reality. And I've even seen this, and I find this crazy. I've seen the term hangmaxing used across black pill videos. Hangmaxing, as in genuinely saying to other guys, you should hang yourself because you are not good looking. You are not attractive. It's fucking crazy. It's genuinely insane that we're saying that to other men. So do not give up. Absolutely do not give up, because there is plenty of success to come your way. And the journey to get that success is going to be really damn fulfilling. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please can I ask you to click like and subscribe down below. And if you really liked it, I am also offering one-on-one coaching at the website also down below. But as always, guys, take care, and I will see you all in the next one.